There are people out there saying that it's easy to be a man, like it's supposed to be some kind of a privilege. To me, this is one of the biggest lies that has been fed into the modern society. The other day, the football player Dele Alli made an interview that I personally hope and believe can change the future for not only athletes, but also men in general. For those of you who may not know, Dele Alli was one of the biggest talents in world football, and he was destined to take the world by storm. But in the last few years, his career has fallen in a way that is almost unexplainable. Until this interview, where he says how he as a 6-year-old was sexually molested, how he as a 7-year-old started smoking, as an 8-year-old started dealing drugs, and as an 11-year-old was hung off a bridge, until he at 12 years old was adopted. But despite all this, Dele Alli did not only in some miraculous way manage to become a professional footballer, but also one of the sport's greatest talents. For several years, he literally had the world at his feet. He played with an aggressiveness, an elegance, a passion, and a vision that personally only made me fall in love with the game even more. When he as a 19-year-old scored that incredible goal against Crystal Palace, I thought to myself, where will this guy be at 25? Where will he be at 26? Today he's 27, and his career couldn't be further away from where we thought it would be. Because behind the success of this star, there was an unhealed wound, a trauma that had never been healed, and the things that he says in the interview are fucking heartbreaking. His biological mother was an alcoholic, his father was never there for him or never understood him. And when his biological parents realized that his life has become better after the fact that he got adopted, when they realized that he's starting to get a career within football, they come back to start ruining his life by going out to the press and talking shit about his adoptive family, saying that they're just using him for his football career. Imagine his own biological parents, who should be there for him, who should be his backbone, were instead the ones to turn on him, their own son, when it started to go well for him in his life. And on top of that, the media has portrayed him as being the stupid, lazy, arrogant player who has no mindset whatsoever. He even says how he as a 24-year-old wanted to hang up his boots, and how he no longer saw any meaning with his life. The fact that he has done this interview is such a major step in normalizing men who don't feel well, who are going through mental health problems. Dele Alli tells in detail how he sought help. He tells how he spent over 6 weeks in a clinic, and he also hopes that what he's done now can help more men come forward in talking about their problems and hopefully fixing them and seek help. Because believe me when I say that there's so many men who walk around with such an unbearable weight on their shoulders. But society is just shaped in such a way that we don't take care of these men in the optimal way. In 2022 in Sweden, 1,254 people committed suicide. 2/3 of them are men. In England, 74% of suicides are men. In the US, it's almost 80%. And this is just the tip of that iceberg. There's so much more in depth to this problem. There's so much more reasons to why so many men suffer in silence. Things like society norms and pressure. That also exists for men. I really hope that Dele Alli one day can get back to his old form again. The kind of form that made all of us football lovers fall in love with the game even more. But beyond that, I hope that the person Dele Alli can find peace. And with that, I just want to say, if you're seeing this and you do not feel well, please talk to someone. If you have no one to talk to me. My Instagram is linked in my bio. All the best. Take care.